Ronald Stevens, also called Donnie, looked toward the ground and slumped his shoulders as the judge read over the words guilty over and over again in the courtroom. Stevens is charged with sexually assaulting at least 6 teenage boys, most of whom were Ottawa Hills students.
In all, the jury found Stevens guilty on 9 counts of rape, 6 counts of sexual battery, 11 counts of gross sexual imposition, and 5 counts of pandering obscenity involving a minor. Stevens did testify he had sexual pictures of young boys on his phone. His victims took the stand recounting the abuse they suffered at his hands.
I'm just proud of the boys for their strength to come forward and take their power back from this man.
Stevens is set to be sentenced October 12th.
Stevens' wife, Christie, also works for the Ottawa Hills schools. Many of you have asked about her position with the district. Superintendent Dr. Adam Fineski says he cannot comment on personnel matters. The school did release this statement calling the abuse described in the trial as shocking and heartbreaking. It goes on to say the district sympathizes with the victims and their families and hopes the guilty verdict provides some closure and allows the process of healing to begin.
Well, these young boys took the stand and shared painful and difficult memories, something advocates against child abuse say is a victory. Experts explain it's difficult for kids to feel comfortable giving their testimony, but it is crucial. Roxanne Elias is live in studio to share how their bravery leads to justice and an end to sexual abuse. Roxanne?
Melissa, those agencies I talked with are now concerned how many more victims could there be out there, but they commend the ones who were brave enough to come forward, and they believe it's put a halt to a sexual abuser. In a Lucas County courthouse room,
We, the jury, find the defendant Ronald Stevens guilty of rape.
Really a victory to be able to have a guilty verdict, and it is such an incredibly brave thing to come forward with that survivor story and to be able to actually get that accountability.
the outcome after multiple victims came forward to give their testimony.
Children often don't tell because, one, they've been coached not to tell, they've been groomed not to tell, they've been threatened not to tell.
Dr. Christie Jenkins is the CEO of the Family and Child Abuse Prevention Center. She says the agency was alarmed to hear of the abuse and perhaps how many other victims could be out there.
I mean, when you think about only about 30% of victims of sexual abuse ever disclose, I would say with most certainty that there are other victims out there who do not feel comfortable at this time coming forward, I'm sure.
But they say there is hope that after seeing this, it will give others the courage to say something.
Having, other folks saying me too, having folks saying time's up, all of that gives power and gives hope and gives, it helps move things forward for all of us that are working for justice and working to end gender-based violence.
They say parents must also play a role when they talk to their children.
Talking to somebody is absolutely imperative. Talking to your child. If your child makes a disclosure, do not blow it up. Do not have a fit about it. Be very calm, even though on the inside you're going bananas. Reach out to us.
Because they say no one should have to take on something like this alone. Both advocacy groups say this type of thing could happen anywhere and to anyone, and there's no safe demographic. This is why you should stay alert and talk to your kids.
Roxanne, what can parents do if they have questions or need help talking with their kids about something like this?
Melissa, both of these groups have people and the resources to help you better navigate these conversations. We will post both of their phone numbers and websites on our page. Reporting live in studio, Roxanne Elias, WTOL 11.
Roxanne, thank you. WTOL 11 has been the only local TV news station in the courtroom for the entire trial and the only place you can watch the verdict live. Head to our website or free WTOL 11 news app to track all the developments throughout the case with our live blog.